What's up, guys? Coach John Wojo here with JW Fitness answering another question for you. 44-year-old male here. I hit the gym 5 to 6 days a week. I start with 20 to 25 minutes of cardio, followed by 25 to 30 minutes of weights. I've changed my diet for the better and have always struggled with carrying the old midsection extras. I'm looking for recommendations of ways to burn some gut fat and love handles off, trying to stay away from using a torch. All right, well, what do you think I'm going to recommend? I'm going to recommend that he's changed his diet for the better. But he doesn't really expand on that, what changing his diet for the better actually entails. And that's great if changing your diet for the better means, I don't know, making less calorie dense choices, maybe drinking less alcohol, things like that. But again, this is a common theme in all of my answers. Just making changes for the better is not enough to all of a sudden expect your body to be dropping fat precipitously throughout the week. It just doesn't work that way. You could change your diet for the better all you friggin' want. But if you're still not in a calorie deficit, then your body weight is not going to change. It's not. It's a matter of energy, right? And again, not to beat a dead horse, but that's what it's about. It's an energy balance. It's a calorie balance. If you are not taking in less than you're expending, your body weight is not going to change. It is not going to go down. And you could be eating tons of healthy foods and be in a surplus and thinking that, wow, I'm eating so friggin' healthy and I'm weight training and I'm running and I'm doing all these things. But if the net result at the end of the day or at the end of every week is that you've still taken in more calories than you're expending, even if it's healthy foods, it doesn't matter. If that energy coming in is higher than the energy going out, you are going to gain weight. You are going to gain fat. And if you're lifting weights, hopefully you're gaining muscle, but you're also likely going to be gaining some fat if those calories are high enough. If those calories are above and beyond what your body requires to actually build, more muscle, then it's going to store the excess as body fat. That's just how it works, right? So you can't just guess when it comes to your nutrition. If you're really intent on getting leaner, there's no room and there's no need. There's no need to struggle. There's no need to guess, right? Spend a little bit of time, go online, look at all the calorie counters that are out there. You could use just a simple multiplier system like I do. I've looked at all the complicated calorie calculators that take into account male, female, height, age, activity level, blah, 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 blah. And then it spits out its recommended maintenance calories for you. And then I've just used a simple multiplier system, which is somewhere around, and it depends, like a sliding scale depending on your age, your activity level, and your sex, male or female. But anywhere from around 15, 16, 17 calories a day per pound of body weight is going to be your maintenance level, right? Obviously, if you're a man, that puts you higher up. If you're active, that puts you higher up. If you're younger, that puts you higher up. So a young, healthy, active man is probably going to be upwards of 17 calories per pound of body weight per day is going to be roughly their maintenance calories. And again, this is not written in stone. This is just, you use it to kind of give you something to target, and then you're going to have to adjust as you go. And keep in mind that no amount of calorie counting is going to be 100% accurate anyway. Meaning, if you're oh, well, this guy told me to use this, formula or use this simple multiplier system, and it told me I should be at 3,000 calories. But I used this super fancy calculator online, and it told me 3,200 calories. He's 200 calories off. let me tell you something. You are not dialing in your calories to the 200 calories, right? Because food is always mislabeled. They're allowed to be like 10 or 20% off in either direction. You're not measuring as accurately as that anyway. So I guarantee you that you can't get within 200 calories of a number despite your best efforts. So just don't, you're going to be in a certain range, right? So choose a range that seems appropriate for you. So I like to use a multiplier system. And when using the multiplier system, I don't like to go beyond like 11-ish for like a pretty significant deficit for someone. I don't like to go down to 10. So 11-ish is about as low as I'd really like to go for someone who's in a big deficit. And for maintenance calories, again, it depends on the person. So, 14, 15, 16, 17. Obviously, if you're like a triathlete and you're doing some crazy endurance stuff, you're going to be probably off the scale, right? But I'm talking like normal human beings that are just like, they're working out several times a week, maybe going for walks on their off days. They have a job, which is largely a desk job. So they're like moderately active. You're going to be in that like 15 to 17 range likely. And then just use that as a starting point. And then the trick is to treat yourself as a science experiment and aim for that number religiously every day for like a couple weeks, and then see what happens to your body. Are you gaining weight? Are you losing weight? Has nothing really happened? If nothing has really happened, then that's probably a pretty good idea of where your maintenance calories are, at least that range of maintenance calories. And then if you want to lose weight, then you subtract from that number. 250, 500, 750, 1,000 calories a day if you want to be losing roughly 2 pounds a week. And then likewise, if you want to gain weight, I would keep it like, 250, 500 calories a day is typically enough based on the rate of muscle that you're likely to be gaining anyway. And that's where I would start, and that's where I would focus my efforts on kind of dialing in your nutrition. But you've got to do the work, and you've got to know the numbers, and there is no room for guessing. It's not just going to happen on its own. It's not enough to just eat healthy or change your diet for the better. If you really want to see progress, you can. It's available to everyone. You've just got to dial in your numbers and be consistent. That's it. If there's a message on this channel, that's it, is that to dispel all the bullshit and all the myths and cut through all the crap that all these other influencers are peddling as far as, they're always trying to make some new video that has some new compound or nutrition hack or something that, they're trying to convince you need to be focused on, or this is now healthy for you, or this is now unhealthy for you, or this is the new better carbohydrate to be eating, or this protein powder doesn't work anymore, or, whatever the shit is. Dude, it's super basic. Just follow the basics. Know your numbers, be consistent, and you will be happy. But you have to know your numbers. Stop guessing. Guys, if you appreciate the content, if you appreciate me just waxing poetic for fucking hours at a time, please send me your questions. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you again soon.